Really interesting trip I wanted to share with you, and it was basically $400 for 3 hours of work plus reimbursement of all my costs. What am I talking about? So there was an incident where I pretty much helped out or saved a kid's life in a community where a lot of ultra rich people live. And word got out very quickly. You know, probably at the end of the day, the way I got to look at it and be honest about it is I put my life on the line and helped out this 15-year-old. So a lot of my business comes from driving children of wealthy individuals, you know, from small up, and then you get recommendations. This guy has driven my kids for 5 years, for 10 years, and you get like the best recommendations. And I love driving children and teenagers. But this morning's trip was interesting, and I got another 2 bookings that were exactly of the same nature, and that is bodyguard and fly a child really, a little kid, out to Vegas, hand him over to his parents that were in other trips and meetings. So they basically joined in Vegas, hand the child over, the bags, go through the airport at Vegas, and get the very next flight out, which was scheduled an hour later. So it was about 45 minutes to Vegas, the flight from Burbank. Took about 15 minutes to get out of the security section, hand over the kid. I mean, I didn't hand over the kid. I just made sure that the parents met their child. And then I took off and boarded the next flight back. They paid for all the flights. They paid for the valet of my car at the airport. And then they also gave me a separate amount for an allowance that I could spend, which was cash. Now I could decide, hey, do I want to go and book a hotel and stay over? Do I want to go and spend the allowance for the meals? And I thought, you know what? I'll just do a very quick round trip. What is the very next flight I can get back? So the way I look at it, you know, $400 just for the flight. They probably paid another, I would say, $700 for my flights and the valet. I got $400 for 2.5, 3 hours of work, and then another $300 allowance that I could have spent but didn't spend. And that to me was a good payday. And I get back, land on time, thank God my flight was not delayed, immediately took off. 30 minutes later, I had the next clients in my car that I just dropped off in at LAX. That was another $200. So far, just the Sunday, just want to show you what's possible in the life of a private driver. The $400 for the flying in and flying out, the $300 allowance, $700, the $200 that I just got for my LAX drop off. Then I'm going to go home and celebrate my daughter's birthday now, and then I go and have one more trip tonight, which is another $200. So it's going to end on $1,100 for 3 different parties, 1 kid, 2 adults. And this is all possible, my friends, if you are a private driver. You would never ever get paid this type of money in one day on Uber and Lyft, guaranteed. You know, even if you put a full day's work in from morning to night, you're not going to make that money. But you know, if you look at the total time I spent, or I'm spending, I still have one more trip to do to get my full $1,100. It would literally be 3 hours plus 2 hours plus 2 hours. So I'm looking at 7 hours of work for $1,100. That's not bad money. And I teach you the formula below at the private driver, private chauffeur course. Why did I make the video? I want to remind people that are in the field of doing private trips and they're doing well, think outside of the box, right? Make a name for yourself. Get the first few trips under your belt with children, with teenagers, because when you communicate with their parents, hey, I'm dropping Johnny off, we're dropping Samantha off, we're stopping to get some food, they will refer you to countless wealthy families where you get to drive children. And I really enjoy driving children because I'm driving and I get to listen to, hey, you know, what's going on in their world, what are they thinking? They talk about school, they talk about boyfriends, girlfriends, but you know, I get to listen to their music, whether it's Bluetoothed or whether they want to plug into my USB. It's totally up to them. I give them full control over their own music, and it's easy money. And it all really boils down to communication and keeping children safe. And once you do that, I can assure you the referrals start going bonkers. They go crazy. The amount of referrals I get from family to family, parent to parent, saying, hey, you drive so-and-so's children. They spoke highly of you. And most of these kids have been driving since they're tiny, you know, since they, 8, 10 years old. Some of them are over 20 right now. So I've been driving them for a good 10, 12 years. And it'll open up a world of opportunities for you. I can tell you that. And I'm pretty excited about the fact that I'm getting my first few bookings, to bodyguard children and to travel with them, whether it's driving them to the airport and then flying to whatever destination to meet their parents. All day long I'll do that, and they sit right next to me on the airplane, and I got to make sure, hey, when I get off the plane, I have a meeting point with the parents, hand over the kid, and off I go. Now, would I have loved to have stayed over in Vegas? 100%. I would have enjoyed to stay over and meet up with some drivers, but bottom line is, your 16-year-old is celebrating her birthday, so dad's got to get back. But just want to share the story with you and open your mind to new opportunities. I think with kids, teenagers, a lot of money to be made. You're already an Uber or Lyft driver. Start recruiting your Uber and Lyft clients. Let them know that you drive groups of children. Let them know that you have referrals for them if they need a referral. They love that. They can contact the person and say, hey, does so-and-so drive your children? How is he? Super reliable, on time, takes good care of them, great communicator. That's the type of skill set you need to get referrals when it comes to children and teenagers. And I'm specifically saying children because there's many 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds that I drive, and then there's teenagers. Teenagers are a whole nother set of rules when you're driving. You got your work more cut out on teenagers than the under 13 crowd. Believe me when I tell you, teenagers can be a lot of work at times. Sometimes they're not behaving, but get that going. Make sure you sign up. Start looking into your licensing of your state, the commercial insurance rates. Can I finance a new car? Can I use my current car as a down payment for a new SUV or a sedan? And start moving up the ladder. Don't be complacent. Don't settle in with these BS UberX rates which are not paying and the Lyft rates that are not paying. Set your goals much higher. People know that I'm not happy if I make under $500, but I'll take $1,100 for 3 trips all day long. Leave your comments if you drive kids. If you have any more questions, hit me up below. But I'm pretty excited about this whole new avenue. I bodyguard and do the security and transportation for adults already. I've been doing that for many, many years. But pretty much the first time I'm accompanying children and getting my name out there and my services out there for that. So, and Thomas Gibson, if you're listening in, my friend in San Diego, who does the very same as I do, transportation and security, offer this service Offer this service to your clients. Good money there. Have a great one. Be safe, everyone. Happy Sunday.